Learning English through stories is like going on a trip with your brain. You explore, experience, and remember. Instead of memorizing grammar rules, you feel them in action. And that makes your learning natural and fun. With each story, your vocabulary grows, your sentence structures improve, and your confidence gets stronger, all without you even noticing. So before we begin, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to LingVerse, and tap the bell so you never miss one of these exciting English learning journeys. Now let's jump into today's story. I tried a local dish in Marrakesh that was too spicy. It's a hot tale, literally. There was a young traveler named Eli who had dreamed of Morocco for years. He had imagined the markets, the colors, the music in the air, and the warm, golden light on the walls of the ancient cities. So when he finally landed in Marrakesh, he felt like he had stepped into a painting. On his third day in the city, Eli decided it was time to try something special, something local, something bold. He had been exploring the narrow alleys of the Medina since morning, watching craftsmen hammer copper, weaving between donkeys carrying crates, and smelling the layers of spices that filled the air. By early afternoon, the sun was high and his stomach was loud. He followed the smell of grilled meat and cumin to a small street-side stall. There were no signs in English, just a low bench, a counter stacked with pots, and an older man stirring something that looked rich and red and smoky. Eli smiled and pointed to the bubbling tajin, unsure of what it was but completely ready for the adventure. The man nodded, filled a small clay bowl, and handed it to him with warm bread. The first bite was incredible. The meat was tender, the sauce deep and full of flavor. But halfway through the second bite, something shifted. A slow burn began to crawl across Eli's tongue. Then it jumped to his cheeks, then to his forehead. By the time he finished the third bite, his entire face felt like it was on fire. He blinked. He sniffed. He reached for his water bottle and realized, too late, that he had emptied it hours ago. People at the stall looked relaxed, eating their meals without a drop of sweat. Eli, on the other hand, looked like he had just run a marathon through a volcano. He tried to keep his cool, wiping his face with a napkin, but his body betrayed him. Red ears, watery eyes, and lips that buzzed like a broken speaker. He tried to eat more. He wanted to be polite. He didn't want to offend anyone. But every bite made his eyes water more. He took tiny pieces of bread to try and calm the fire. It did not work. Finally, the man behind the counter gave him a quiet smile and passed him a glass of warm mint tea. Eli sipped it slowly, and though it didn't kill the heat, the sweetness helped. He sat back, breathing deeply, letting the burn fade like the last glow of an ember. When he stood up to leave, the cook gave him a friendly nod. Eli bowed slightly and smiled, still glowing like a lantern. He wandered back into the market, where sounds of drums and the smell of oranges filled the air. Later that night, Eli laughed to himself as he wrote in his journal. He had come for an adventure, and he got one. Full heat, full flavor, full memory. He didn't regret it, not even a little. And as Eli was sweating in a quiet alley in Marrakesh, you were picking up English without even realizing it. That's the magic of storytelling. You learn phrases like follow the smell, keep his cool, body betrayed him, and breathing deeply. You saw how descriptions bring moments to life, how actions build emotion, and how small words like but, then, and finally connect a story. That's the sweet power of learning through stories. It's fun, it's memorable, and it works. So if you enjoyed this spicy tale and want more, hit the like button, subscribe to LingVerse, and tap the bell to follow every step of these language adventures. Now it's your turn. What's the spiciest thing you've ever eaten? Tell us in the comments. It's a great way to practice your English and share your own story.